And you're good.
I'd like to call the meeting to order for September 14th, 2021. Would you please rise for a moment of silence? At this time, we would like to express our sincere condolences to Paula Wilkins and her family for the loss of Paula's mother. Please join us in keeping Paula and her family in our thoughts and prayers. Would you please join in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Sorry to move that up there. Yeah.
Roll call. Trustee Sheets.
Here.
Trustee Hunter here. Trustee Good.
Here.
And we have no minutes. Did we get financial reports? She was going to try to get them.
I have not seen a folder or anything. Nobody came in this.
She said there were quite a few. We will move on to our visitors. Is Hannah there?
Yes.
Where's the camera?
It is over here now. Sorry.
Hi, Hannah.
Hold on, let me unmute her. Hannah, you're unmuted.
Hi there.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi. And do we have anyone else?
Nobody else is online now. We have the two audience members and her online. That's it.
All right. Then we will move on to our other visitors. I'm assuming you're Tony.
I'm Tony. How are you guys doing?
Fine. If you would like to go ahead with your presentation.
Yeah, I was going to drop off a couple.
You can set up here if you'd like.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That was part of the reason we moved the camera too, because nobody could see our presenters.
Thank you.
They always sat on that side. The camera was over there.
It's kind of out of the way of here too.
Yeah. That, and they could see the new TV, and if we're doing a presentation on that, that can be viewed. So
I told Paula that I would leave an extra copy for her records as well, so I just try to do this. So basically, I have reached out to Paula on a couple of different occasions, and this year she responded back to me, and she thought it'd be a good idea for me to come in and kind of present what I do and who we are with regards to the employee benefits for Pleasant Township. First off, my name is Tony Palangrani. I work with Rankin & Rankin Insurance. We are based out of Zanesville, but I cover basically the whole Ohio market. So I have groups from Cincinnati to Marion, down to Asheville, all the way over into eastern Tuscarawas County, Ohio, Stark County. So I kind of run the gamut as far as where my business goes and who I work with. I do specialize in the municipalities and public entity business. I have a number of groups out in this area, all the way back east over into Muskingum County and down into the Asheville area, up into Plain City. So we, again, we run the gamut as far as who we work with. Out in this neck of the woods, we work with Deer Creek Township over in Madison County, Lake Choctaw. We work over east of you guys with Asheville, like I said, up top in Plain City, and then kind of back eastwards. But we have had a lot of success working in this industry and in this kind of market space. We have access to a number of products that a lot of brokers do not have access to. We use a number of different strategies that some brokerages and consultants do not use. We've had a lot of success working with groups of your size, that 10 to 20 employee enrolled in the plan. That's kind of a sweet spot for us. I did present a second. So the first piece, I'm not going to go through it line by line, obviously, but this is kind of who we are, what we do, the team that you work with. Our main focuses obviously are the employee benefits, your core benefits, which would be medical, dental, vision, and life. And then subsequently outside of that, we do a lot of what we call no cost to the employer benefits, which would be voluntary benefits. That's your buy-up life insurance, critical illness, accident, a hospital plan. Those are very popular, especially nowadays with higher deductibles. I know that Paula had informed me that this is, I think it's an HRA. She didn't get too much into the weeds, but I was assuming it was an HRA or an HSA where you guys fund part of the deductible. that's a perfect example. We just moved back in May, the village of Buckeye Lake, and I outlined it on the separate page that I gave to you guys. We moved them from an HRA with Anthem, actually to a different product with an HRA. We were able to save them a substantial amount of monies on the bottom line of the plan. Not only that, but we reduced their risk. So when you think about an HRA, it's twofold. You're looking at what are the max out of pocket for each enrollee, whether they be single or family. If you're going to fund all of that, that is risk. That's a risk corridor that is on your plate that you have to budget for, that technically you should budget for in the event that it's a worst case scenario and all 16 or 17 employees meet that max amount of pocket. Odds are they're not. But if you have the opportunity to reduce not only your exposure, but your premium, it's kind of a win-win, if that makes sense. The premium is a fixed cost. You're going to pay that no matter what. That's your single rate employee child and family, employee spouse. On the flip side of that is your exposure and the risk corridor with your HRA and how it's funded, basically how it's budgeted for, and then what actually comes to fruition with claims. So when you look at it from that two-pronged approach, if you can save on premium and you can reduce risk, it's a win-win on the medical plan. We were able to save Buckeye Lake upwards of about $23,000 just on the premium. And I think we reduced the risk somewhere in the neighborhood of like 35,000. So bottom line savings, you're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of about $55,000 to $60,000. Now, 24 of that was true because they're not spending it on a monthly basis. The other 35 of that was potential risk that we were able to mitigate. So, but I put some outlines together. Like I said, we kind of take a holistic approach from, hey, what can we do to kind of peel back the onion on the medical plan, the dental, the vision. I mean, I already had some ideas from just the information that Paula gave me, the ability to consolidate benefits on the ancillary front. When you guys have a VSP, a Delta, Med Mutual Life, putting that all together with one carrier, I can almost guarantee you that we would save you 15 to 20% just on those three lines alone by consolidating. It does two things. It's easier to service from our standpoint, and from Paula's standpoint, she's not paying three different bills. And again, like I said, it's consolidated billing. So you obviously, it's the old flow approach. If you can bundle benefits, you're obviously just like your home and auto and your motorcycle and your boat. You bundle your medical, your dental, your vision, and your life, you're going to get a break from those costs. So,
is it at the expense of
the benefits? No,
benefits?
no. So basically, we're not here to save the township money and have the employees have weaker benefits. Our approach is to reduce costs and increase benefits. So, out of curiosity, when was the last time that the group was truly out to bid? I know that everybody jokes about, I do, the F word is form fire. I'm sure you guys are familiar with, familiar with form
We
fire?
did bid last year.
Because nobody wanted to do form fire probably.
I mean, we asked for a renewal quote and it was reasonable, so we renewed instead of going on to bids. I think we did 15 months and 12 the year before, so I think
So it's been a couple of years? Yeah. Okay. So that was one of the things that had come up. Are you open to a full-blown bid this year, I guess, would be my question. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. I mean,
we've got a couple different things in the works. I hate to say we don't know what we're doing.
Do you have
We're 15 months this year, so we're not doing anything in October like we normally do.
Yeah.
So we did 15 instead of 12.
So you'll be coming up for January 1st.
Yeah, we don't renew until I think March because we did 15 instead of 12.
But didn't you just renew last October?
No, we start the process in October for a January 1.
Oh.
So I think we're good until March of next year. So we probably will start the process.
Oh, I thought she said Paula told me January 1 of 2022. Anyway.
We did, like I said, we did 15 months we normally do 12.
Okay.
So everything would not fall at January.
It's a really hard time, January 1.
January 1 is a hard time to do it.
to get everybody to do everything at the
Yes.
end of the year
Gotcha.
for on January 1.
Most
So
people strive to be on January 1 and not May or March or
we're getting
October.
everything through all the different underwriting and all that. When everybody's doing it, it just made sense. They offer 15, so we did 15.
Okay. So 15 would be all of January, all of February, and all of March. So you're thinking that you renew right now on April 1st.
Yes, I believe so. So we probably won't even start talking about it until,
January, March,
yeah.
or January, February.
Yep.
Okay. Well, obviously my timing is off tonight. I mean, I would appreciate, I'll reach back out to Paula to confirm whatever your guys' renewal date is, just from the sheer fact of, I mean, I'd like to put a note in my calendar to come back out and revisit the conversation and at least throw my hat in the ring for a bid, something competitive, especially since it's been a couple of years. So, well, I'm going to leave this information with you. And like I said, I'll follow up with Paula on the renewal date. We'll kind of go from there. I appreciate the few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you. Absolutely.
On to departments. You here as a visitor or,
Yes.
pardon?
I moved into Timberlake. So.
Okay.
Got me stuff. I know the HOA, but previously.
Oh, well, then you're one of us, not really a visitor.
Okay.
We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything you want to say or ask?
No, just listening.
All right, okay. On to department reports. Robert, you want to go with yours?
Well, we found we had a little more storm damage when we went up to our one cemetery to mow. Chenwith up off of Gay Road. That took us about a good part of the morning to get all that cleaned up. The curbs are finished in Timberlake. I drove through there this morning. They were cleaning up there, finishing up, and they look pretty good. Was able to get 2 drains installed on the alley beside the Ohio Street residence. And then I also discovered another tile that runs under the house. So I marked that tile out, which that's on private property. Told them this should be pretty close. If you want to dig down, put a drain there, you can tie your other gutter into it. But as for the other tile on the back of the alley that I was going to install a drop on the property line, there's 3 great big pine trees there, and it'd be impossible to do right there. So I talked or asked them if they got along with their neighbor where I could install it a little further over and they could work with their neighbor, and they said no. So I'll leave it at what it is at the moment. So we're starting our next round of mowing the road ditches. Hopefully that'll go pretty quick. I had the county out to investigate the drainage problem on Channel Court. They had their Vector truck out. They couldn't get through the blockage, so I'm getting that marked, the utilities marked. We're going to dig that up and try to see what's going on there. That's all I have.
Anything else for Robert? On to Chief Taylor.
Good evening, everyone. For the month of August, we had 113 runs. As of yesterday, when I prepared this, because I was in a class all day today, we had 41 runs for the month. We are up to like 48 now. They had a pretty busy overnight. I think they were up all night long. So we did a repair on the deck gun on the engine. There was a gasket that was bad. It was leaking, so we fixed that. Washington Township borrowed the spare engine a couple of times. We were able to loan it to them. We had the oil change and whatnot completed on the grass fighter, and then my car and the utility truck got wiper blades. One thing I didn't put on here, we are looking at tires for the utility truck at this point and probably Medic 2. Both those vehicles are going to need tires here, likely before winter. So I'm getting quotes on those right now. Actually, Aaron's getting those for me, and we'll have those taken care of as I get the quotes in. As you can see, we've completed a little bit of an update in here. The whiteboard was no longer erasing. We were leaving all kinds of marks all over that poor old board. So the guys asked me if we could do, and I've been wanting to do some updating in here for a while. So we bought the new glass whiteboard, painted the wall, painted behind the whiteboard to make it pop, installed a new TV. Actually has a computer and everything attached to it, so we can run classes right off of that TV, present right off of that TV. Instructors can come in and plug into it. So any of the training needs we have will be much better met in this room. We did have 2 days of the Southwest Fire Academy here on the 1st and 2nd. We had all this up and running for Jack, and he was very appreciative of the technology upgrade we were able to give him. He was pretty impressed with everything. So that went well. We did complete FCBA bench testing and fit testing as well on most employees. We've got a few stragglers we've got to finish up, but as I mentioned, the Southwest Fire Academy was here on the 1st and 2nd. They'll be here later at towards the end of the month. I think the 29th and 30th they're here again. So, and then next month they're here several days. And then myself and Lieutenant Johnson are attending a health and safety officer course at the Firehouse Expo, which is this week. So if you didn't know, there's a nationwide fire conference going on downtown at the convention center. So some of our guys will be going in and out of that, not on duty, but our duty crew won't be attending because it's a little far for us to go. But some of the guys will be with the recent grant award. That committee is going to be down there looking at hydraulic extrication to the battery powered extrication tools. I keep using the word hydraulic, and that's a proprietary Hurst thing. So battery powered extrication tools. So we'll have a presence down there quite a bit. So I do have a couple things for this evening. The first is I would begrudgingly like to ask the board for a resolution to accept the retirement of longtime part-time firefighter Brian Rose, effective would be, I guess, Friday morning, September 17th at 8 a.m. Thursday, the 16th, will be his last shift with the department. Brian's been here since 1993. So he's one of the longest tenured part-timers we have. And he's recently moved a little further away, and I think the drive has just kind of been a little too much. And I'm also thinking cards might be up for expiration. He hasn't really said why he was leaving. He just asked to retire. So, but I think his cards are coming up, and he's just ready to go enjoy retirement. And cool. So I would ask the board for a resolution to accept his retirement.
I'll make resolution 51, very hesitantly, to accept the retirement of longtime part-timer firefighter paramedic Brian Rose. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call. Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good?
Yes.
The other thing I would ask for is a resolution thanking the Battelle Darby Creek Metro Park for their generous donation of the 2013 Kawasaki Mule UTV vehicle for the department's use. As you all know, we took delivery of that a few weeks ago. We're currently looking at some upfitting options and basically making it more of an emergency vehicle than what they were using it for. But it won't be in service for a couple of months, but they generously donated that vehicle to us. The value of it was about $13,000. So when they purchased it new, so that's an awesome donation. It will help us out greatly.
I'll make resolution 52, thanking the Battelle Darby Creek Metro Park for their generous donation of a 2013 Kawasaki Mule UTV vehicle for the department's use. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call. Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good?
Yes.
And I would like to have an executive session with the board to discuss hiring of full-time firefighters.
All right.
Okay, that's all I have for you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
One thing there.
Yes, sir.
Is that mule been added to our insurance?
It is not yet. I've got to call them and add that. We have, I think, 30 days, and thank you for reminding me, because I've got to do that. I gotta get the bin and stuff off that. It's, I would invite all of you, I know Ed, you've seen it, but I would invite you all to go out and look at it. It's out in the road department right now, so we just didn't really have a space for it. Just wanted to say that. Thanks. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Old business. Any updates on the committee for the retention policy, or do we get stand with that?
So it should be a fiscal officer, a trustee, and an employee.
Didn't we determine you would do that,
That's fine. I don't
or the trustee? Employee.
Somebody already pointed their finger towards the corner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that probably affects me the most because of all the, yeah, thanks, Robert.
That's
I'm sure you're like, yeah, him, not me, him.
That's the committee.
Technically,
It does affect me probably more than anybody else, because I think all your stuff you have to keep forever, so.
And we need to approve the schedule that we gave everybody last meeting, so that we can get that sent into the Historical Society and everybody who has the say-so in the schedule.
Do you want to take care of that?
Yeah, I can do it. Everybody good with it?
Resolution, I'll make resolution 53 to authorize Randy to send in to approve the schedule for the retention policy. Roll call, trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good.
Yes. So, and we start.
Okay, anything else under old business? How about new business? I have that COVID policy, but we'll just.
So scratch that and they're gonna follow the same.
Medical director has. And I also forwarded an email for required safety training. Do you? From BWC.
That is how we keep wanting some of our discounts. Usually it's an online training.
I did it last year,
And-
so I'm pointing at Robert.
Oh,
We
I'm
only
putting
need-
at the
we only
door.
need
No,
one
no.
person to do it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
just.
Yeah, it's
stuff
just
like
one of
that.
us has to do the 2 hours. I did it last year, so.
Do you have all the login credentials and all that? Because you got to do it through the BWC account so that you get the credit and all that stuff, right? Chief?
I think so, yeah, if I remember right, yeah.
I'll send it.
I had to get everything from Paula, so.
'cause I don't remember seeing anything. Guess it's on.
I'll forward the email to you, and I think it has links
We have to, it has to be done by,
connect to it.
or at the end of the year, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got plenty.
most of it's just a click on, watch.
I think there's some of that.
Yeah, I think I did it last year. It was one of those.
Thank you for volunteering to do that.
I got you on that.
Anything?
That's why I did that. I was like,
New business? Okay, announcements, just want to remind everybody of the fall cleanup, the October 1st and 2nd. Okay, any other announcements? Do not have any updates from Paula since she's not here. Is there anything else I would like to bring up? And no one on WebEx?
There is one all-in user too. I don't know who that is. And just Hannah still. They haven't indicated they want to talk.
Right then, we have executive sessions requested from the chief and from Robert. So I will move to go in executive session according to Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22 G1, for the purpose of discussing personnel. Do I have a second?
Second that.
Roll call. Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good?
Yes.
Okay. Under the Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22 G, I move to come out of executive session. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call. Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good?
Yes.
I will make a motion to pay our expenditures. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call. Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good?
Yes.
I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call. Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good?
Yes.
Adjourned at 7:50.